really are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What did you have for breakfast?
Purpose, passion. Every day that we wake up, we should have a mind's eye to do good.
Absolutely.
To speak life,
I'm excited with you.
help and encourage and inspire. We live in such a world that's so negative and so drab and so dreary, and
Right.
you know, just things just never going right, and everybody going up the rough side of the mountain every day, their entire life, sick every day, their entire life. It's like it has to be more to life than that.
Right.
Just being all just miserable all the time.
I heard somebody say for a great relationship, you need
Sex.
to wake up. No, let me finish.
Okay.
Stop.
I was trying to help you.
Don't.
What?
Help me.
She don't need any help.
I got this.
I thought we were here, you know.
We are not. No. I am here. I'll meet you when I get back. No. But I heard them say for a great relationship, you need to wake up every day asking, how can I make my significant other happy? What can I do to make
like
their
that.
day? But if you don't have a significant other, that should be your wake up strategy. How can I make a difference? How can I make an impact? How can I make somebody's day? What can I do to make my day better that will not negatively impact somebody else? Because if you just put it at what can I do to make my day better,
Right.
well, then you get to that crabs in a bucket mentality and, you know, backstabbing and biting in order to, you know, gain your own position. So I like that, you know, what can I do? Dr. Biz, what can Lady Guns do to make your day better? No, never mind. Today, friends, we have with us family, the wonderful Miss Sherry. We are so glad. Don't ask him that
I'm
question.
so glad to be here.
Let me tell you, we're not going to revisit
We'll
that.
just leave that
We're
alone.
going to leave
That's
that.
I'm gonna draw you a picture.
I'll leave
You gonna
that
take
alone.
that? You gonna take that? And praise God, you're not an artist, so I don't need to see your stick figures. Miss Sherry, by all means. Again, we're glad to have you. And please, let me apologize in advance for whatever's going to happen between us from this direction.
Okay, well, let me just say I'm ready for anything, okay?
Be careful.
Just know
anything
that. Just
can
know
be
that men rule.
anything.
That's all. Men rule. Although I'm outnumbered, just know that men rule at the end of the day. Yes.
But Miss Sherry, what are some of the things that you do? Or do you even wake up with that mentality? Because truth be told, the night before last could have been a deadbeat rough night. The Wednesday night could have felt like the Black Friday Monday. I missed the last sale and got my wallet stolen. So how do you wake up the next morning with that? How can I make a difference? How can I help someone? How can I impact change?
I wake up every morning to prayer and meditation, which is very important, very, very important. And so just this morning in my meditation, I asked the universe to be with me, and I asked to operate at my highest self today. And so when I'm my highest self, I'm positive. I'm not operating on the lower levels where, you know, there's low energy, but I'm vibrating high today. So that's why I'm able to smile. That's why I'm able to be happy and excited about being here, because I'm vibrating high. And I'm putting out positive energy. You know, to you and to you and to the universe and to anybody that I come into contact with, because I give words. I speak words that give life. I don't put people down. I don't judge. I give
Plenty
life.
good seeds.
Yeah, plant good seeds.
So, what is your drug of choice?
No.
Meditation. Thank you. Meditation.
Choose your words wisely.
Thank you.
Talking about being high and
Look,
stuff.
you got to
say
be on
no to
stage.
drugs. I'm just saying.
You gotta ask God
But,
to help you be witty today. Quick thinking with this one. My mother used to call all of us every morning. If we were in the house, it was different. But once we all grew up and left, she had my siblings' school schedule, their college schedule, you know, my work schedule, and she would literally call and command our day. And it was to the point to where if she didn't call, I was like, Mama, we okay? She was like, when are you going to start commanding your own day? I was like, I just need backup.
You have to set the intention. You know, and if you wake up feeling negative, then you're going to be that way all day. But set the intention to counteract that and be positive. Because like you said a few minutes ago, there's so much negativity in the world. There's so much hate in the world.
That's right.
But we're protected, you know, and we put out positive energy because there's too much negativity out there, and we refuse to live that way.
I understand what you both say when you say there's so much negativity in the world. I really, really believe that there is more good than negativity, except it is never highlighted.
It's never highlighted.
It's not.
So
Right.
it seems
Yes.
that it's
That's
a
absolutely
horrible
perception.
world. It seems that we're all going to hell in a handbasket
Tomorrow.
at the speed of light. Do not stop. Do not collect $200.
Go straight to jail.
Right, that's it.
If you a black man, just go ahead. Pack your bag now.
Right. But I just feel like
See, rich people got a go bag, so when they get caught, they got their millions of dollars in their little
Right.
suitcase, and they
And
get to flee the country with their passports and everything else.
Right.
The go bag for the black man, toothbrush, deodorant, and just go on down to the jailhouse.
Right.
Just go right to the jailhouse, because that's where you're gonna be for the next 25 years.
Right.
Instead of $1 million of
Cigarettes.
commissary money stacked up.
And needless to say, if you pay attention to the media,
Right,
you're
right.
just being, and
Right. Well, that was going to say that's why what we do is so important,
Right.
because we are one of the most unique things about WDRB Media is we're not out chasing the horror stories. Now, we do have horror stories, but it is in the form of a testimony given by someone that has overcome.
Right.
So there is bad news on WDRB Media, but we don't stop at the end of that story.
Exactly.
It is where are they today? Where did that episode or that tragedy take them, and how did they get to the triumph?
Right.
Not many, news reportings, medias, papers, even Facebook and Instagram.
It ain't sexy.
And everything else.
It doesn't get likes
Right.
and follows.
And
But if it's
anything else.
mayhem and if it's
Chaos
murder and
and-
chaos and baby mama drama and
Right.
That's true.
Tear
Do this.
down and tore
Right.
up and at wars and at odds. But that's what the enemy desires for us.
That
If
is
he
true.
can separate us, then we're weaker. Because no man is an island. I cannot do this by myself. We are many members, but one body.
Yes.
There's so many things. But if we can fight against the part that tries to bring us apart, tries to separate us, if we can fight against that. Now, if we're going to fight, let's fight against division.
Right.
So that we can unite
Right.
That's
and
right.
be stronger. It doesn't mean
That's
lay
right.
down and take it. It doesn't even mean be silent, and not say anything about it, because sometimes your silence is condoning,
That is
the
true.
derogatory behavior, the negative, environment and stuff.
And what
But-
people don't understand is that that's really a part of our DNA. Because we were all born in sin,
Yep.
shaped in iniquity. So we all come out saying, ooh, he perfect, she perfect. I ain't going to do no wrong. Ain't nobody taught you how to lie.
You did not go to school
ain't,
for that.
Ain't nobody taught you how to steal. But yet that blow pop was in your pocket at 5 years old when you were walking out the convenience store
Okay.
and you ain't paid for it. And you knew it was wrong because you were looking around, hoping you didn't get caught.
Right.
So all the bad
and went
things,
in your room and ate it. You
Yeah,
didn't eat it in the
exactly.
back seat with your mama. right
Exactly.
there.
You went and hid someplace with your little Snicker bar or something.
Those things did happen.
These are all natural and a part of our DNA. So doing bad, that comes easy. Lie, cheat, steal, easy. Don't got to work, don't got to take a class, don't got to get a little certificate for it or anything. But to do good, that's work. To have faith, that's work. To bless other people, to pray for your enemies, to love one another, to encourage one another, to build up one another. It all requires a renewing of our mind. And oftentimes we don't want to do that. We don't want to renew our mind because mama told us
And
this is the lifestyle we need to have and this is the job we need to have. And
We're a
we
product
just-
of our upbringing.
Exactly.
And a lot of times we're lazy. We don't want to do something different.
That's right.
We don't want to learn anything
Stagnant, complacent.
new. Exactly.
But you're a real estate broker.
Yes, I am.
And as a real estate broker, as a real estate investor, all day, every day, you have to teach people how to renew their mind. You have to show people how they can. Because oftentimes we're always taught we can't.
Right.
We can't have the white picket fence, the 2.5
Right.
kids,
Right.
the little doggy, whatever the
Right.
case might be.
Right.
But we literally can. But it takes someone like you to be able to educate and inform and inspire and encourage and to set people on a path so that they might achieve home ownership. Talk to us about what you do every day.
Every day I show people a different way. I show them a way that they can get it done. So a lot of times I say I'm not a real estate agent, but I am a consultant. A lot of times I feel like I'm an advisor, you know, because I'm advising people, not telling them what to do, not beating it over their head, but showing them the possibilities. A lot of times people don't see the possibilities. I'll give you an example of a lady, an older senior citizen that I helped a few years ago. And she had a big house that she's maybe 70 something, and she bought this big huge house maybe 10 or so years ago. And maybe that served her at that time, but now here she is, 71 years old, and she's got this big house and got some other responsibilities, and it's too much for her. Right. So she needed to downsize, but she had some debt. Credit cards and, you know, some other debt. And so she couldn't see how she would be able to get out of this house, pay down the debt. And I helped her, and I won her trust and got her business because I showed her how you can get out of this house and you don't have to worry and trouble yourself about the debt that is on you because you have equity in the house that you can use. And she didn't know how she would be able to get to that equity prior to closing on the house, prior to selling. And I showed her how we, my lending partner, how we will work with her to get her to the closing, get those debts paid off, and get her into her new house, a smaller house that was more manageable and affordable to her. And we did it. We did it. It was a 2-month process, and we helped her to get there. So it really, really gave me so much joy to be able to help her, to show her how she can do this, how she can accomplish her goal. And it took a lot of stress off of her because the finances is what was worrying her. You know, how am I going to be able to do this? So that's what I do. That's one example. And there's so many more of how I show people the possibilities. A lot of times people just think that because of a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, that it can't be done. Exactly. It can't be done. I don't know how I can do it, but there's always a way. And I believe, and always have, if you keep thinking about something over and over and over again, you keep it on your mind, keep concentrating on that, you're going to figure out a way eventually.
Something you just said that really struck a chord, and I think it'll be helpful for those that are looking to buy a home. The one thing that changed the young lady, the young at heart's transition, and what she was doing is you said that you won her trust. How, for our listeners, for those that are ready to purchase a home or start a business or go in business with someone else, trust is a huge factor.
It is, yes.
And often people are deceived by that. What are some things that you do in order to win someone's trust? So that if someone's listening, because if I'm good buddy, always, you know, I don't have any facts, but I just got a lot of good words. I got a lot of tingling symbols, you know, it sounds good, but there's no evidence for it. How do you win someone's trust?
By being honest, number one. And all of in my personal life and in my business life, people know me for being honest. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to always tell you the truth. So that is number one, how you win someone's trust, is being honest. Number two, being dependable. My word is my bond. Once again, in my personal life and in my professional life, people that know me know that I'm dependable. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If I say I'll be there, I'm going to. If something comes up and I can't make it, you will know. I don't leave people hanging. And so that's truly what people have come to respect me for. I'm honest with them, and I'm dependable, and my word is my bond.
Well, I guess that represents 5% of America.
I'm glad I'm in that 5%er then.
That's some old school stuff right there. The whole word is my bond. Because we used to shake on stuff. And when we shook,
spit in your hand.
That was it. that was like, type thing. You could take that to the bank. In fact, banks used to lend money based upon a shaking of a hand.
Handshake.
Yeah. I remember my mom telling me a story where she wanted to buy a house, and she went to the bank, and she knew the banker. They had a relationship. She shook the hand, and they cut the check.
Absolutely.
It was that easy.
Well, then it moved from that to the signature loans, right?
Right.
Just sign your name here.
Exactly.
And
now you got to do the whole baby and the blood.
The blood.
Right, the DNA and everything else, right.
Everything that you own is in a box on the left.
When my great-grandmother passed away, small town, Blytheville, Arkansas, you know, exactly, don't worry about it. I don't even know if it's still there. She might have been the only one keeping it in connect. But Blytheville, Arkansas, and of course, you know, she passed away. She was in her late 90s, you know, 97 or so. And I remember being one of the family members that go and attend to the affairs. You know, are there any credit debts, anything else? Well, first of all, she didn't own a single credit card. Had not owned a credit card in all her life.
Never. Wow.
Never. Had a bank and went to the local Piggly Wiggly. Yes. And we found a little slip where she had a little notebook thing where she would tally up. It had the date and the amount. That was her debt. Her debt was written in a little notebook. So I went to the grocery store and I was like, she had a bill here? And I remember the guy here saying, girl, your mama was good. She was a good woman. I love her. And he literally said, shook my hand, said, I'm sorry for your loss, but there's no debt. She's cleared here. Like literally, she got groceries on credit, and at the shake of a hand, I could rip that page out, ball it up, and be done with it. There was a furniture store, and she had gotten a recliner or something like that, and that instilled. I am blessed to have known my great-great-grandmother, my great-grandmother. My grandmother is still alive, and I remember the integrity that they had. I remember the requirement that even if you're sick, even if it ain't right, you don't need to look it. Pull yourself together before you go out of this house type thing, you know. Hold your head up, you know, don't let everybody know. And it wasn't a sense that, and I understand today, it wasn't a sense that, you know, I couldn't suffer in silence or I couldn't, you know, have a bad day. Don't take everybody down with you. If they are not a part of the solution to your problem, don't drag them down with you. That is what they taught me. And because of the reputation and integrity, their word being their bond, as I grew up and revisited that town and the people that knew them, they knew them for their integrity. They knew them for their shenanigans, because they were some wild women, and I picked up that side too as well. They were hustlers. They were entrepreneurs. And I have all of that. You know, I'm just saying. They was hustler, baby. My great-grandma.
Genes passed down.
Oh, honey, richly rich. And because they were an active part of my upbringing. So it wasn't something I read about or someone told me. It was something I lived till I was 7, till I was 15, and so on. So I got some good stuff in me, but I got some wild stuff too.
Well, that's what makes you uniquely you.
Amen.
I have a great idea. We have 80 radio personalities at WDRBmedia. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the morning, all of us need to find a Walmart near us.
I'm not going to Walmart and try to shake hands for some stuff.
We gonna be the fashion police, because you said that they taught you don't look a certain kind of way, and when you leave the house, you
I don't care what people look like at 2 a.m.
No, at 2
I only see them in my dreams.
You know, with the little shower cap on and the little shuffly shoes. And,
but that is that's a sign of respect. They came out at 2 a.m. hoping that no one else but others like them would be out. They didn't come out at 2 p.m. because they know the others that did not look like them would be out. That's the 2 a.m. shift. That's the uniform.
Oh, so that's fine.
That's uniform.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I thought
Can I get on the 10 a.m. shift?
Right. That's when we go in. You know, that's when we go in. First of all, what you doing out at 2 a.m.? At 2 a.m.?
Little egg thing.
You can't wait till the sun come up.
Nursing a hangover.
I don't drink.
You was talking about a tequila word.
For other people. I was trying to find out what that was and what it tasted like.
You know too much about it.
I'm a reporter.
You can't make me doubt it. You know too much about it.
Y'all crazy.
We're going to take a break so I can give her some act right, and then we're going to come back and act like she got some sense.
What flavor? Only if it's red. I only drink red, act right.
Family, you're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media,
The voice of the community.